Yeah. And I said, hey, let me enjoy this winning, even though if we don't win at the end, I had a good time, and if we win, I had two times, good
Two
time.
good
What the fuck?
times. Yeah, I love it. Ignacio, how are you doing?
Good,
¿Cómo
good, good.
estás?
And
¿Todo
you? How you doing?
bien?
Todo bien por aquí. Gracias a
Todo
Dios.
bien. First of all,
Sí.
congratulations, 10-year anniversary for Interactive 4. That's
Yes.
a big milestone. How did you feel
Yes,
about
such
that?
an achievement. Well, I think that 10 years is such an achievement, yes. If I try to look into the past, the beginning, and now how we are organized and how we went through all the, struggling and things and going up and going down, I feel really proud about all the people that, I've been related with, not only in my company, also, the people that I had the opportunity to meet along all those 10 years,
Yep.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really cool. And you've really built a cool company, a cool culture. We spent some time there, I guess, I don't know, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that, in Madrid.
Mhm.
And your team really is like a family. You guys also do really great work, a lot of contribution, really cool projects. So you've really built something pretty cool, I have to say.
Yeah. I think I'm one of those that really had the lack of work in something that I really love and like. And sometimes it's not that good, for the business. But I'm trying to. I'm
What do you
trying
mean
to.
by that? What do you mean by that? Sometimes it's not good for the business.
Because you cannot take everything with the same passion. You need to step up sometimes to be more professional. I think that also the maturity of the company right now is making everything more professional. Everything is settled. Everything has its limits. Everyone has their own responsibilities. At the beginning, everybody is like pulsing the same direction, and if someone is pushing to another direction, it's just in a minute you see it, and everybody step out, someone step in, you make a lot of progress. But there's a
Now you
certain
need more
amount of
processes and
people,
stuff. More
yeah, that you
processes.
cannot scale. You cannot scale if you I don't know, if you think, if you manage, and if you do. You just need to choose two. You can think and manage, or manage and doing. But if you doing and thinking, then you are a freelancer, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
management part of the thing, it's very important in order to scale and make money. And management
Right.
means to put limits on the things sometimes.
Mm-hmm. What do you spend your time on? What do you focus on yourself? Do you focus on sales as the CEO, team building, thinking about what priorities to have, basketball? What do you focus on?
I have a type of a mindset that maybe because competition, maybe because basketball, maybe because all the things that happen in my life, that I always try to achieve something good for the company. Right now, I'm working for the company, 100%. I don't do any job related with clients, with tasks, with. I just work for the company. I try to make the company better. I try to look forward and see what is the next move for the company.
Mm-hmm.
So I always try to add something to the board, or to my, their connections in the company, my partners, the chief of the tires that we have, to do something good for the company that improves the company at some level, in QA, in management, and technically speaking. And I think that if there is a week that you don't find something that improves your company in a way, this is not a very good, let's say, week for me.
Mm-hmm. What was it this week or last week? What was one of the recent things that you thought about to improve the company?
Well, there are many. I mean, the last week we decided to measure, for example, which are the non-billable hours that we're doing for clients,
Okay.
and decided what to do with them. If we're gonna show it to them, if we're gonna share with the team about what are the hours that we are doing that are not billable, which are the reasons why to put some KPI, making it public or not public, or trying to embrace the team to be more effective, and things like that. So we're going to into very detailed thing, right now. And I
Nice.
think that when you reach a level of a company, the next step is trying to optimize as much as you can all their processes,
Mm-hmm.
and trying to. I mean, it's like I'm talking to my kids all the time. They're saying like, it's sad, but it's like this. I mean, I'm trying to teach them to be responsible, to decide which is good, which is bad. The thing is that I'm not gonna be here forever, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm trying to make them, like as much as autonomous as possible, and
Mm-hmm.
independent, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's exactly my point in the company right now, so that I can be replaceable, and
Mm-hmm.
that means that everything is working fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because something like 2 years ago, I was having so much influence in every single step of any company process, and right
Mm-hmm.
now it's not like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can even go vacation. I can even go to pee. And nothing happened. And I'm pretty happy about that. I'm pretty happy
That's
about
good.
that. There's business going on, and people take responsibilities. You have to admit, you have to be there. You have to take leadership of the company, being
Yeah.
sometimes always available for the good news, for the bad news, for everything, to push, to relax, to put away, to hire,
Yeah.
to fire. But I think that at the end, my main goal for the next year is just being. Right now I can be, let's say, 80% replaceable. I really want to be 100, 115,
Mm-hmm.
50, or 200% replaceable in my company.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And also, being focused in the things that I really, add value to the company. I
Yeah.
think that's the most important thing.
Yeah. So I saw a video you posted of like a shopping center in Spain, and people were
Mm.
shopping wearing masks, and you were proud of your people for not being afraid, not every like you said, a lot of people are panicked, and but being out, being safe, being responsible. And so how's everything going in Spain right now with COVID and everything that's going on?
Oof. That's a very difficult question, because everyone has their own, thinking about this, or suffering this thing of the COVID in a different way. First of all, I want to say that I really respect any opinion about that, because you cannot be in the same shoes as someone that is have been, like losing someone very near, and this is something that really happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that I really want to take it very seriously, first of all. And then secondly, the Spain, we were wearing masks since, I think, since the lockdown. Suddenly we opened and we stopped lockdown in summer. Everybody's wearing masks. I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud about how are we, let's say, behaving in the social distance and stuff like that.
Hmm.
There is something for a country that it's the we are a travel a tourism country. We have more
Hmm.
than, I don't know, 50, 60 million visitors a year. This year
Hmm.
is, I don't think it's even a million. Everything
Hmm.
is set up for tourism,
Hmm.
hotels,
Hmm. Hmm.
airports, entertainment, everything.
Hmm. Hmm.
And we totally closed. It's going to be disaster
Mhm.
in terms
Mhm.
of consume levels.
Yeah.
There's not going to be money on the streets for
Yeah.
for for many people.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
other day I was in the mall, and I mean, I'm living in let's say, in an area that, the income is high. I'm not gonna lie, and I was in the mall, and the mall was totally parking lot was totally full. I mean, no cars, no more cars. even like at Christmas level.
Mm-hmm.
And you were able to get inside, everybody, making distances, trying to, like a little bit of queue outside of the stores in the mall, a little bit of, also, some measurements about temperature of the people and stuff like that. It's a new order. And I was feeling so proud about, people not being 100% scared, because I mean, fear is something that I'm scared about, more about the fear than
Mm-hmm.
than about the COVID.
Yeah, yeah. Because
And,
it
there is
has
no
there's lots of negative effects of that as well. I mean, if you shut down, it's a tough thing to talk about, but like you said, you shut down an economy, there's a lot of problems that can cause, and a lot of
Yeah,
pain, a
but
lot of
man, we
suffering.
fly. We go to space. We do things like, I don't know. I was in Chernobyl, last Magecom, and I was watching this thing that was built, with all the countries. The most contributed project was, to enclose Chernobyl, for trying to get time, 100 years more, in order to get a solution for that disaster. And everybody was, like, I'm putting money for that, and that, engineers and all that stuff. And I mean, we have here a global pandemic. And there is no regulation about what should be done. This is something that annoys me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So wearing masks, not wearing masks, and then you sit down in a restaurant, you put in masks away. If you are smoking in the street, you don't need to wear a mask, but then a mask, and then touching, not touching there. I mean, must be some regulations by an organization that must be given to population about
Mm-hmm.
how we should behave,
Mm-hmm.
and being global,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
rules
Mm-hmm.
about that. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly the thing that really annoys me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of inconsistencies and things like that.
Totally. Yeah,
But
definitely.
I mean, you're a people person. You're like the most people person I know. You're very extroverted. Like, how is it for you? Not going to conferences, not going to the events, things like that. What are you doing to stay sane, to stay happy, to stay positive?
I think that my mom always said to me that never met a person that was waking up in the morning with a smile like mine.
Oh yeah.
I think that every day starts, like a very fine,
Yeah.
nothing happened, and then it's the day by itself, the thing that is killing you, till you at the end go to bed and sleep and stuff like that. I'm positive by nature. I mean, I remember my partner Juan. Sometimes when I was just receiving an email about some interest at the beginning, from a client, and I was just almost, like celebrating, like, hey, those guys are, we almost, and he was like all the time, like, relax, man. I mean, it's not done, it's not
He's
done.
more
And I said,
es más
man,
serio. He's more serious,
eh,
right?
yeah. And I said, hey, let me enjoy this winning, even though if we don't win at the end, I had a good time, And if we win, I had 2 times good time.
Two good
What the fuck?
times. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Yeah, you're
So
very
I really want to be positive. I think that there is too much negativity out there, to compensate with, and
yeah.
I really like to have my feet on the ground. I mean, people think that I'm like a people person, a party person, stuff like that. But I'm telling, I mean, growing a business, being 10 years. I mean, this is my 7th business right now. I mean,
Yeah.
this is not new for me.
Yeah.
But I really want to be positive. I really want to have fun. I really like the tagline of my living, like, work hard, party harder. That's it,
Yeah.
man. What
That's
happened
it.
if you don't celebrate, if you don't celebrate something, just a little win, it's like being in the hamster wheel all the time. Nothing happened,
Being in
nothing
the what?
changed
Being in the what wheel?
in the
Oh,
hamster
hamster wheel.
wheel.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the thing that is killing me the most. Like not having the ability to celebrate the way it must be like when we deliver a project, or when we have let's say a birthday, the company birthday, for example. We were planning doing big stuff from more than last 12 months, trying to do something, and at the end it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I'm looking forward to happen, but we don't know if it's gonna happen or not.
Yeah, that's a bummer. What do you think about all these online conferences, online events? I liked the in the recent Adobe conference, the networking feature was really cool because it connected you up for 5 minutes to talk with somebody else. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, the digital conferences can never replace the in person, but they're trying. They're trying as best as they can. And you organize a lot of conferences, so I'm sure you're thinking about all of these online conferences and stuff. But what do you think?
Being part of a couple of them, but I don't know, interact with people that you don't know. This thing with the networking is pretty nice. Was using it, but I think that, as you said, there is nothing like personal touch. Like touching people, and I don't know. The camera is not giving you some body language that you need to have in order to connect. To read people. I have a lot of friends out there that I don't see them from a long time. That was one of my favorite parts of the job that I have. Traveling around and meeting people, listening their I don't know how they manage their companies, how they the day by day things that they have, and then trying to express myself with them, talking to them. I mean, that's what I did with you the first time that we met. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about many stuff, uncertain stuff, about whatever.
I was thinking about this. I remember, so I posted um, about like agencies being more transparent than merchants. Agencies are always sharing everything they're doing, everything they're building, open source, a lot of the times. But I feel like merchants are less. So I posted that, and then you replied. And when I saw your reply, I remembered I met you. It was at like a talk at Imagine, and we randomly sat down next to each other. I think we were sitting next to Bill Curtis, and you had your laptop, and you started showing me all these 5 different extensions you had built. You had like some chef website or something like that.
Yeah.
And anyway, you just showed me, and I was like,
Extension buffet.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And you were showing me all these things you were building, payment methods for Spanish banks or something like that. And that's the heart of the developer ecosystem, is the sharing.
That's right. That's right. But this is not agency. This is, I think that this is, let's say, open source spirit more than anything else. I think that, and this is something that I was talking a few days ago, that this open source spirit, it's something that it's a little bit, going away. Because there is, I think that also, if we're talking about Magento open source or open source ecosystem, community stuff and stuff like that, I think that all of us, we were more or less in a time range of living that we were at the same period of time. We were like mature enough in order to do something, to build something. We had the responsibility, different type of responsibilities aside of the work life that we had, but we were at the same timing a lot of key people around the world, and that we were open to share, because of this new thing that was so awesome that make us able to do everything for us. I built my living around Magento, as many other people. And at the end, this sharing spirit for me was I was totally honest about that. It's like amazing. I was in a Magento Developers Paradise in Ibiza, and there was people there that I was reading in the forums and you know, reading their blog post about what to do, what not to do, and for
But
me, it's like
how is there less sharing now? I was talking with somebody about this and thinking about this. There's so much more contribution, right? Because Magento is on GitHub now. You guys contributed like crazy. You guys were one of the top, and a lot more people are contributing. But maybe part of the thing is that because you can contribute to the core, maybe there's less independent projects. Maybe, I don't know. But why do you think there's less sharing right now?
because I think there is more like a competition instead of
More
contribution thing.
commercialized, really?
I think that, I mean, I'm gonna tell you something that it's maybe someone is not gonna like.
Okay.
But we were the first top contributor partner out there. So we were the
Yes,
first.
I remember.
I mean, this was something that never happened before.
You guys hit it hard.
Yeah, but was a casualty. We didn't do it in purpose. I mean, the thing is that we were making a project, very big project in Spain, and there was the first Magento 2 license that were sold in the country, and was a client of us, and we were like, forced to, let's say, play with something that was not finished.
Fix some bugs.
And at the beginning, we were just fixing Magento to the client, fixing a lot. And then, Magento was releasing something, and then everything that we were doing for the client was just something that didn't fit with the rest of the core.
Okay.
So we didn't to redo again the thing, and this happened something like 3 times. So Oscar and Adrian and all those guys that, and David, all those guys that are in Interactive Form from a long, long time, that is Mark as well, and Christian and Manu, all Raul, I mean, all of them, they were like, okay, so why don't we fix Magento instead of for the client, for Magento? And if we do something that is nice, and it's accepted,
yeah,
at the end, we're gonna not only get trained, because it was at the beginning of Magento 2, version that it would be stable. We also, contribute for the core, and was kind of we made click, and was something like a competition inside the company about who was making more contributions about the bugs that we were finding in Magento 2 regarding our client. We were fixing to Magento, and everyone was like a pushing code to the Magento core repository like monkeys. I mean, every week a lot. I mean, we were like a first, and the second one was like a 10% of our contribution level, and this was the reason why. I mean, there was not like, okay, this year we need to be the first in contribution. No, there was no competition on that. There was no award. There was not like a meritocracy about that. There was not a name around that that you can be proud as a goal. It's something that happened, and then Magento, opened the slot for this award, and everybody got crazy, man. Like, we're gonna be recognizable by this. So let's plan part of our spare time in order to do contributions, maybe, and then being there. Maybe I don't know. I mean, at the end, it's nice,
But that sounds like a good thing. That sounds like a good thing if there's more people incentivized to contribute.
Yeah. And then comes the points, and then depending on what you do, you get points, and then you get awarded and stuff like that. So it's kind of a game right now.
So you think that's funny, because I always thought that was incentivizing more community activity, but you're saying that it was almost like corrupting it.
Award.
The awards.
Corrupting, but maybe it's like
changing it.
I think
making it less like pure.
I think that there's more like it's not a kind of maybe I'm wrong, right? But sharing is another thing. Contribution is another thing. Fixing bugs is another thing. I think that sharing as a sharing, should be the concept behind open source. Like a share and trying to evolve something together to get a goal together and then openly.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I think that we were really focusing build something or trying to fix something that was not done or not finished at that time, and we did it. We got the first release on Magento 2 that at the end was stable enough in order to build a project from scratch. That's what we did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And also this initiative made our team stronger, and having the skills enough in order to face whatever problem we have in any type of area of Magento right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really proud about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. Um, the other thing with the Magento community, I've heard, like Mark Schuss posted, and he was saying that there's some kind of a gap. There's some kind of a gap in the community. Maybe there needs some tool to connect people, or maybe there's some, and you replied to that too. And I'm trying to figure that out. Maybe it's related to this open source spirit that is maybe changed. But do you feel like there's a gap in the Magento community? And if so, why? Maybe it's events. Maybe it's related to the events because there's no events, so that's impacting the feeling of a community. What do you think?
I think that community is something that you cannot conduct. That's the first thing. I think that community is something that happened, something that you need to simulate, something that you need to challenge sometimes. It's something that you need to face when it's being against you as well. And I think that it's something that it's open. It's an open mic. It's an open powered. It's an open tool for questioning everything, not only for contributing. I mean, community is not contribution. Community is not events. Community is it's more than that. I think that some time ago we were focusing building something unique and awesome together, and we were sharing everything and with the goal of making something that we can be proud of. That also we can make a business around it, but very openly, with no closing or being such a. There is a commercial side of the thing that it's maybe sometimes making people see that it's a gap, because commercial side of the things. I mean, I can understand that you need money to do stuff. You need money to organize. You need let's say has resources in order to
And there's
maybe
always
mentor.
there's always been commercial side to it. Always.
Yeah, but needs to be open, not that close. And I think that I truly believe that if you do something, you want to build something, whatever you want to build, it needs to have the energy and passion in order to build that. Even if you're wrong, you can make a wrong decision, good decision, if you really believe in that. Because it's not, sometimes it's not about the decision that you make. It's about, how much you believe in what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, if you find the positive thing that it has it, you can achieve your goals. And this is something that at the end, the concept of community, as I said at the beginning, is you cannot just have something like people to be in a group and then conduct them to do what you want. This is not community. Community is also having people that is against or what you want to do or what you propose. And if you at the end get your goals, and it's because you have a solid statement and a solid decision, a solid proposition, value proposition that you have out there, and then people can jump in and make it better openly. This is more or less community. Open source is something that is very related with community, and it's something that I truly believe that is not American thing. I think it's more related with it's an European thing.
Really?
I'm sorry about saying so. I love.
It's interesting.
I love Americans. I love United States. I love but it's always happening. Always happening in Germany. Always happening in Germany.
Yeah.
Look what is happening right now with all the platforms. Always happens in Germany.
Right.
Why? I don't understand why, but it's like that, you know.
Yeah. That's interesting. I never thought about it that way. There's so, but is there a gap in the is the is there a problem with the community? Like you're saying, you can't force community. It's going to happen by itself, or it's not going to happen. Is the Magento community been hurt or decreased somehow, or is there something missing that was there before and now it's missing?
I think that is some energy missing.
Some energy.
Yes, I think there is no energy. There is no public energy out there to do something enough to move people. I think that the value proposition that it's out there, it's really hard me to answer this question. You're putting me in a place that I don't really want to be. You know, because
I don't want to
no,
put
no,
you
no,
in
no.
a bad
I mean,
Sorry.
if you're trying to put me something like a 5 years ago, maybe I will talk openly about things. But I mean, I don't want to hurt
No,
anyone. You know,
no, no,
I mean,
no. It's okay. It's
I don't
okay.
want to be politic. I don't want to do politics. But let's say that there is a commercial side of the business that is a commercial side of the business. Full stop. I mean, don't try to hide this commercial side of the business with making tricky things. So you explain openly that you need something, that you need resources, and then you need those resources in order to conduct on to mentor, to move people. That's right. But do it openly. I mean, do it openly, and then choose the people that has really the passion and energy in order to make it happen. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
There is people in the community that has this energy, you know, that were, you know, being innovative from the beginning, doing stuff to gather people together for you know, moving mountains, and that's what happened. And, there's key people out there. I mean, maybe they don't want to jump into some organization that is conducting or mentoring in a way that it's a little bit, let's say, too organized. I mean, you cannot organize community. Or community organize themselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an anarchy. It's a question of auto leadership. I mean, you cannot say that this is the leader of whatsoever. But why? Why this guy is leader of the community, or
Mm-hmm.
who gives them points to be there, or who is the one that it's like a. I think community is community, and you need to hear all the voices and you know, and propose something that a challenge to the community in order to achieve the goal that needs to be achieved.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I really think that the commercial side of the thing is killing too much, and it's making this gap bigger, if there is any gap. I truly
Well,
believe that is like that.
I'm very interested in this topic, but I won't ask any more about it because I'm really not trying to get you in trouble. But it's something I think about a lot. I'm trying to figure it out. So we'll talk about it
We grown
maybe
up
offline.
people, but Kellen, we all people in this community, we cannot be community guys. There are new faces that need to jump in, and we need to
Right.
open it. I truly believe that I really like all the awards and all the things that happen and everything, and you know, all the things regarding the let's say I'm pretty proud of being master. But what is the point of having masters like at 3 or 4 years in a row?
Right.
That's a nonsense.
That's
You
kind of
know, I
funny.
mean, there is people there in many countries that are doing fresh things. You know, that they need to jump and that they need to encourage new faces, and you know, and then being like a
Yeah.
globally expanded. You need to open and let people talk, new faces in the events, encourage fresh and new figures that are out there, you know, to say something good and to say something bad as well, because in the bad, you know, you can take something positive in order to take another direction or make some moves, you know, to improve the product, to improve the community, to improve the company, to improve everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much, you know, the thing that it's like, I mean, there is too conservative, and communities cannot be conservative at any level.
Interesting. Interesting.
Should be the spark of everything.
What does that mean for the community to be conservative?
To be conservative, to be enclosed, to don't talk, to don't let other people talk, to don't let other people lead, to don't let other people express their ideas, even if they're new people, you know.
Not changing enough.
Everyone has to be must have the I'm putting the yes, nice
charger.
Yes. It's not my I borrowed this computer. So
community
yeah,
needs to be charged too, just like a computer needs batteries.
Exactly. Yeah.
Totally. So last question. You posted recently, who decided that you're more smart or brilliant or successful than your merchant? Which I think there is sometimes this attitude in the agency world that we're the smart ones and they don't know, they don't know about this platform, so they're not the smart ones. So I thought it was very smart and humble of you to say this, and I think it's true. But I was curious why you posted this. I want to hear more about this.
I'm discovering commerce heroes around Spain, you know, every single month. People that is like raising their own businesses from nothing and now having more than 2,000 a day orders. Using Magento even, you know, that for me, those are the Michael Jordans of e-commerce.
Yeah.
I mean, no one, no product manager, no CEO, no one can be better than anyone else because of it, because you are in a position to I don't know, to give some service. I mean, I think that we need to listen more to merchants. I truly believe that merchants should be a very big part of a community itself as well. I didn't happen before.
You know what's funny?
I think that
yeah, I was to say what's weird is I've been trying to sort of get into the Shopify community a little bit and understand and get connected a little bit. And I feel like, because I've heard this before, and I've always wondered, why aren't merchants more involved in the Magento community? There's a few case studies at Imagine that you see, but not that deeply involved. And I feel like in the Shopify world, there does exist that merchants are more connected in. I don't know if
because there are not that much developers, right?
Maybe that's what it
is. hey, I'm a computer engineer. You know, I'm a former developer, and I truly believe that sometimes, you know, we are so like rude or let's say stubborn enough in order to even don't listen the merchant. But I don't know. I'm meeting people all the time that are totally amazing me about what they did in order to get more sales or changing those different details and KPIs in order to, you know, jump to the next level that I didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they run companies. They run companies about, I don't know, 100, 200 million a year. My company's not making that money, man.
Mm-hmm.
So why should I be more smart than this guy? Never, ever.
Yeah.
Never, ever. Always listen. Always listen. Always.
Yeah. Have you thought about doing a podcast where you interview those type of people in Spain or in other places?
Well, I'd love to do that.
I think that you'd be really good at that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no time, man. I mean, I really want 38 a day, 38 hours a day, something like that.
In a day.
That I can do everything that I want. Believe me. Watching NBA, playing with my kids, being in the office, talking to clients, making my Excels, you know.
Yeah.
Excels. Yeah.
Not enough time.
I had a LinkedIn post that I posted something like I don't know, 1 month ago, something like that, that went crazy viral in Spain because someone was, you know, like making a very nice report and they were explaining people how to be an entrepreneur by building an e-commerce site. And the first topic of it was something like a choosing platform.
Choose your platform.
And choose technology-wise, which is the platform that you must choose, in order to build your online business. And I was posting something like that. The first technology software that you need to choose is Excel.
Excel.
Exactly.
Right.
This is exactly what it's gonna tell you if you have a business or not, and then you do whatever.
Right. Plan out your numbers, run your numbers, see if you have profit margin, those types of things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love it.
Because maybe the model doesn't, but having an e-commerce site as a goal, it's nice. But if it's not making money, why to build it, man?
Right.
Why to build it? I'm gonna be very happy of building your site, but did you make your numbers? Is the acquisition
right
plus the cost of the product and the operation cost, giving you a positive number, and then at what level, which is the price, competition, stuff like that. This is Excel everything. I mean, there is nothing
That's a really good
before
point.
that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Well,
I had a friend that had a Bible in Excel, and he was always remembering me that life is an Excel file.
He had a Bible, like the whole text of the Bible in an Excel file?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. He did it.
Nice.
Yeah. With filters and everything, was totally amazing.
There's a lot you can do in Excel. There is a lot. I heard once that I think I heard a podcast about there's an annual competition for Excel, like people that are accountants or something. And there's some conference, and there's like a competition for who can use Excel the best. It's just like
I wanna go there,
Excel
man.
nerds. Yeah.
I wanna go there.
Well, this is a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun to catch up. I feel a little more connected to the community every time I, have a chat like this and feel the energy. Where's the best place for people to find you online? Anything that you want to promote or point people to?
Nice. That's a question?
Yes. Where's the best place to find you online?
To find me online? I don't know. Did you remember the Voltron? The first episode
of course. Of course.
It was the first one, huh?
Mage Talk episode 1. That's what we should point people to.
Yeah. I really want to say hello to Kimberly as well from here.
Cool. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
so where to find me? I don't know, man. On Twitter, on my Instagram is totally a personal thing, but I really like to do LinkedIn. Personally, I think that I need to be a little bit more, find the time to write. Sometimes I do like unsorted tweets about tips, like whatsoever, and but mainly Twitter or LinkedIn.
Cool.
Are the main social networks that you can find me.
Awesome, man. All right, we will talk to you soon.